for today's cup of coffee with Scream.
Fucking gold and mahogany toilet!
Youngest kid has encountered someone whose people reportedly had great wealth.
Allegedly. I'm still trying to get fact, but he did say that he used the toilet there in the fucking castle.
Well.
And I'm like, fucking gold-plated and mahogany toilet, my fucking ass. Why would you sit your bare ass on mahogany?
Yeah. And we don't know. Youngest kid was so... I don't think you asked the proper questions.
No, because it boggled my mind that the thought of someone sitting their bare ass on mahogany.
What part was mahogany? What part? Now, I could understand if it was like the pull chain. Because they actually... was the old school toilets that had the pull chain to them instead of just the handle that you flush.
Yeah. That's how he said that it was. It was like one of those, and I'm like, dude.
Because as far as you still have to have some of the, just the way a commode actually is an amazing invention.
It is a luxury.
It is. We take these things for granted. But as far as the engineering that goes into those, yeah. I mean, it ain't been that long ago that people around here had outhouses.
That's
There
true.
is nothing like the smell of latrine in the morning. Oh, God. It'll set your just teeth on edge for the rest of the day.
That's why you put the outhouse far away from the house.
Yes, it is. It is. And that people did that for a very long time. And that it
Because
goes
it's what they had.
back, yes, and it goes back to previous discussion as far as with health and hygiene and how proper sanitation, which includes disposal of human waste, has done wonders for disease prevention. It's incredible.
Yeah.
And a lot of these things we take, like I said, we take them for granted. So, but as far as the wood waterproof and different things like that, that's highly doubtful.
I'm almost certain it was the actual bowl part it wasn't mahogany, it was gold plated. So more than likely the lid, the top of the tank, and the pull chain was mahogany.
Okay. Well, that makes...
I'm assuming.
That makes sense a little more, because you can make metal to where it is waterproof.
But still.
But with that, you've got to think, okay, if there is some kind of a plumbing issue, because that's going to happen regardless of what the material is made of.
Uh-huh. Oh, it's absurd. Like,
it is absurd.
It pissed me off. It's absurd to me. Because it's just like, okay, gold is considered a precious metal.
It is.
What is so wrong with having a wooden, just regular porcelain toilet?
There's nothing wrong with it.
Like, why do you need that? That seems
don't.
stupid to me.
Well, no, I mean, it is a display of wealth, and in some people it is a matter of beauty and aesthetics, and it goes back to treasure. What do you treasure? And this is an individual thing. Well, yeah, See, where we would sit there and laugh at it, and Kid and I were talking about this, and you can see it from both sides. This is where that Libra rising is going to come in. Those who are wealthy a lot of times have nice things because they appreciate the nice things and will take care of them.
Uh-huh.
There are, as opposed to what we're seeing today, you've got some of the people out destroying other people's stuff.
Yeah. But the thing is, sometimes it's like when it's like that amount of rich, you know, they don't view it the same way. They view it as just ordinary.
Yes, they do.
And to me, it's almost like you're tarnishing something that was once a way for people to pay for services and goods and stuff like that.
Sure. And still is.
Yeah.
And so it's a matter, and we're seeing this brought up in society lots lately, to try to sit there and tell wealthy people they shouldn't be wealthy. If they earned their wealth without cheating, lying, stealing, any of this stuff, it's theirs. They can do with it what they want. And it's really easy to fall into covetousness. To covet what somebody else wants. Or to sit there and go, you can't have this because I can't have this. It has no value to me, so therefore you can't value it. And it's just like, no.
But in my eyes, what makes just a simple porcelain toilet more valuable than a fucking gold-plated toilet is actually watching someone who makes them.
Oh, yeah. It's an incredible thing to watch as far as the ceramics and yeah.
Or
it's an incredible invention.
Or something like that, making it, like, people have made acrylic tanks and stuff like that for their toilets. Made them.
Yeah.
That, to me, is more valuable, because also it's like, I could do that.
Yeah.
Could make an acrylic art piece that sits on the back of it.
Sure.
But at the same time, it's like, no, don't want to ruin it.
Well, and again, what is a treasure? Treasure is something that has value. It can have value to the individual. It can have value to society. It's, a lot of it has to do with supply and demand. We know the thing about the diamonds, how that was... Diamonds are not rare.
They're not rare.
No. But people have been hoodwinked by this marketing campaign for years. Yeah.
That's literally most luxury things. It's marketing.
Mm-hmm.
That's like from watching reviews as far as these luxury brands or whatever. Like as far as luxury makeup and stuff like that. It's worse quality.
Yeah.
For a bigger price tag.
Yes. And
that is stupid.
A fool and his money are soon parted. Right out of scripture. It's true. It's true. So, and it's like, he came through after talking to this person, and he was just sort of like, can't believe this. It's like, well, yeah, there are people that live in wealth and opulence and stuff like that, and that's how they live.
That's like the person that there was a Zillow listing. The motherfucker had a PhD and had it made as wallpaper for his bathroom. You wipe your ass with your fucking PhD.
That's probably what it was worth. What was the PhD in?
I don't know.
Yeah,
but he went to like this top-notch, like Harvard.
Well, was he, as far as displaying the worthlessness of it? Was it a statement that he was making on that?
I don't know, because it was a big house.
I mean, and it's... Oh, God. Everything's... People's priorities have gotten so off.
Well, that's the thing. It's like with... What?
Never mind.
No,
he's
go
wound
on.
up, as you can tell. He's wound up.
No, go on with what you were saying. I'll say it later.
I mean, it's like we bare minimum. But part of that is because that's choice. We have cats. And cats tear furniture and stuff up. So what would be the point of getting a piece of furniture that cost a lot and then have it either destroyed by the animals or having to get rid of the animals to have the piece of furniture?
Right.
Which has more value? Which is the actual treasure?
The animals. Those
to us.
Those are more valuable.
Yeah.
But then again, if I had big money, legit, it would be like a sanctuary. They would have their own fucking playhouse and shit like that.
Well, yeah, I can see that, but somebody would still have to tend to that sanctuary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it would still be a place that they could go. They could have their own space, stuff like that.
And they would be right back up in our space because that's how they are.
That's true. Because
they want
they
that
love
interaction.
us.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the thought of his ass on, because he sits on our toilet. The thought of that cat, as gross as he is, sitting on something that's luxury.
We go through a lot of disinfectant wipes, lots of them.
And maybe to an extent, like, this is like it pisses me off due to envy or whatever. Maybe that's what it is. But it just, to take something like that for granted.
I don't know that they have. Who said they took it for granted? I mean, every time they go in there, they very well may appreciate it. I mean, it's not. What are you going to do? Sit there and stare at it all day?
Yes. God. Polish it every single day.
Oh.
No, it's just.
I have been around wealthy people. And it's like, and I've been around people that didn't have a pot to piss in, and we're not that far from that. I would rather be around the people that were real and poor, but were wealthy in spirit. And we're told to not store up our treasures here on earth, because you have thieves and rust and everything like that. Mm-hmm. To store up your treasures in heaven.
Yeah.
And it's just like our wall of fuckery, which is just a combination of things, just small items, and that it amuses us. Those are treasures to us. Family photos. And that was recently there on X. Somebody from Western North Carolina, they had dug through the mud and had recovered some like photographs and different things like that. Mm-hmm. Those are worth more than any mahogany and gold toilet ever would be, because those things, a lot of them were irreplaceable.
I think that's another thing that pisses me off. It's like, why would you even need that when there is stuff that is so simple, that is more valuable than all your fucking silver, all your gold, all your fucking money that you have stored up?
Well, for those who have it and can afford it and appreciate it, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. If they want a silver tea service thing, to have nice things, that's not bad. I mean, not everybody has to shop at Walmart. Seriously, to be able to have these nice things. Okay, you enjoy your nice things. Me, if it's something that I have to worry about breaking, no, I don't want it. I don't want it.
That is true, because it's like you spend so much money on something, and just for it to just be gone in an instant.
Right.
But also, these rich people, they can, like, literally, they can break something and be like, okay.
Yeah, they can. And that's on them. That is on them. And that is one of the things. And I learned a lot of valuable lessons back during the period of time as far as fasting. And I did it for years. On and off for years. I can't now with the diabetes. It's harder. It screws you up. Things taste better after you fasted.
Mm-hmm. And
it's just like the first 3-day fast that I did was interesting, because everybody's like, you'll be famished. No, I don't. That's not how my body works. For whatever reason, it is not. I don't feel hunger. There's something weird. My body, I ain't put together right. Now, the weird thing about the 3-day fast is there are no liquids. Oh, I take it back. You can do liquids, but actually the Esther fast, there are no liquids for 3 days. You can go 3 days without liquids. You can go 40 days without food. If you go over 3 days, you dehydrate and you can die. As far as 40 days without food, then your body begins to cannibalize itself.
Yeah.
But and actually, you're supposed to break that type of a fast with like liquids and broths and stuff like. I never did do that. But as far as being able to taste, to truly enjoy, and how many times do we eat? And we're always distracted. That we don't truly enjoy our food.
Well, yeah.
And that happens with other stuff.
Well, Markiplier was talking about that as far as actually taking the time to savor the food and actually examine like all the flavors and stuff like that. Because at one point he talked about beforehand, like he was just eating, like shoveling the food in his face to get that feeling of, being full or whatever, and didn't really take the time to actually, savor it and stuff like that. And now he does.
To be in the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's one of the things, some of the Asian cultures, the Japanese do this, I think that the Koreans do also, that the food, part of the presentation, it is that feast for the eyes, not just for the belly.
Yeah.
And so any of these things, whether it's art or other kinds of opulence or whatever, can be a feast for the eyes. But you've got to wonder how many times some of these people pass by these things and they no longer see them. Whether it's a, artwork or whatever.
Right.
People do that every day with things. When we're around someone all the time, do we stop seeing that person? We do. We do, because it's common. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It's a human thing. That's just like, when you went to the reunion there and you hadn't seen those people, some of them, for a year, and it was kind of shocking for you.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a culture shock.
Well, it is a reality check.
Yeah. It's like, oh, shit. Yeah. Snap some things into place,
Well, it is reality. And right now we've got all this stuff that's going on, this spy versus spy and all this brain breaking stuff. And it just, it's the weekend and I'm going to withdraw from that stuff for a couple of days and, do something else.
Yeah.
Music, to sit and meditate and be grateful. But you've got to realize I'm one of these odd people, and instead of all these roses and all these dandelions, the dandelions.
I like the buttercups.
Buttercups, any of those things are wondrous. Nothing against roses, but what have they done? A lot of this stuff they have cultivated. They wanted the beauty, the design of the rose, and they lost the aroma. And they don't smell like a rose.
No, that's like a lot of this roses that you get in the stores and stuff. They don't hardly have a smell.
But you go out here and some of the wild roses that will grow here on the fences and stuff, and those smell like roses. I mean, you can just, and the honeysuckle when it blooms,
yes,
it's incredible.
The honeysuckle is incredible to smell.
Yeah,
but the dandelions, you don't even have to like stick it up to your face to smell it. You can have it about like, what is that, like a foot away? You can have it a foot away and you can smell it.
It's just
already.
That wonderful earthy.
It's to me, it's almost a sweet smell, but it's a dandelion smell.
Where was it? Was it
wonderful?
Dandelion that I had it all over my face. I had the pollen. And
yeah,
I was
you
like
had
a small child.
You had it on your nose. Your nose was yellow. That was adorable.
Well, why not
it's
enjoy
like,
it? Me and the bees.
And also, it's like the dandelions. There's so much that you can do with them.
Yeah.
They're medicine.
Sure.
They're food.
And the roses have their own beauty, and it's just, for those who are wealthy, like I said, if they got it, let them enjoy it. And it's like, is it for me? If somebody said, we're going to make you whatever, and you get to live in this mansion, and blah, blah, blah. Okay. I'm at a point in life where none of that means anything to me. None. I have my basic needs met. I'm grateful to God for what I have. We have everything we need and most of what we want.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're simple people, and there is treasure in simply being simple.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm in a
simple
museum,
yet eccentric.
Yeah, of course. to look at wonderful works of art and stuff, and to have those where other people can enjoy them, and to where they are protected, to where some fool is not going to throw something on it or try to destroy it. We are in a time of insanity and idiocy.
Yeah.
And honestly, some of those people, they better be glad I ain't queen of something, because I would have those people taken out and have their ass beat right there in the public square.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. It's like some of them to be that old and to be that foolish. Yeah, that cat agrees with me on that.
Yep.
But treasures, what things do you treasure?
It's like, but also when you see stuff like that, people who have wealth and almost flaunt it. I don't know, to me it's almost like a slap in the face, like
Some people say
they're
that.
insulting us, be like, I got all this and you got what? And it's like Dolly Parton's coat of many colors.
Mm-hmm.
That coat was worth more than any store-bought shit.
Yeah.
That rag doll, those 2 rag dolls, is worth more than anything we could go to Walmart and buy off the shelf.
Sure.
Any luxury fucking doll.
Yeah.
And so it's like, it pisses me off. It's like, you think that is more valuable than something as simple as this? This is not even just simple. This is...
There again,
there's memories tied to these things.
Right. And these are where people with their own values and whatever, that's on them. You do not have to be offended by somebody else doing whatever else. That's between them and God. If you got your heart right with God, that's all you have to worry about. Get your own ass together. Don't worry about what the world's doing or what somebody else is doing. A G quod aegis. It's inked on my wrist. Do what you are doing.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let somebody else try to tear you down, make you feel bad, make you feel less than, nothing like that. I don't care what kind of... the logo thing has always been a mystery to me since I was in high school. You've always had this, you've got to have this brand, and you've got to have this, and you've got to have that. And I had a mother that at least had some common sense, and she's like, no, you don't. Look, this costs half this much. It looks just as good, and you're not spending money on a name.
Yeah.
And to sit there and show me, it's like, look, this is a scam. And she was right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like that, was it Macklemore song, Thrift
Shop?
God, that's hilarious.
Honestly, you can find some really damn cool stuff at thrift stores.
Sure.
And if you have good taste, you can make outfits out of anything, just out of little bits and pieces that you pull from there.
Are you wearing clothing just to cover your nakedness? Or are you trying to make an expression? Are you trying to impress others? There's lots of reasons that people do what they do.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are some of us, like I said, that we've just got to the point we don't care.
Yeah.
We don't care for things like that. And there's passage that says that the things of this world will grow strangely dim. And I've gotten to that level. It just... You sit and you watch these people scurry about fighting with each other for what? That's time that they could be spending together, finding commonalities, sharing different things. And that's just the season we're in. And it's like, no, that ain't for me.
Well, maybe my heart's not right because it's like I'm not at that point yet.
And it's okay because you're young. I'm not.
It's
But
like
that's where,
how long till I get to that level? Because I want to be at that level where I don't care.
well, it's taken me almost 60 years. Oh, but you sit and you look at it, and it's like the treasures. The treasures, these things that are sitting about that drive me crazy as they're sitting there flicking fleas and cleaning their toes. Talking about the cats, not the kid. Sometimes the kid. Whether it's the house plants, it has taken me a long time to get, and it's like, is the house the way that I want it to be? No, because I don't have the energy to do all the things that I want to do. But we have this wonderful gray purple wall paint.
Mm-hmm.
We have artwork. We have just things that amuse us. That's a treasure.
Yeah.
I wouldn't, there are repairs that need to be done. There's renovations that need to be done. But as far as being covetous of somebody else's, no. No.
Is that what I'm experiencing? Is that covetousness? Because it just pisses me off.
Well, it's their money that they can do with it what they choose. And there's a lot of people, they're trying to armchair quarterback somebody else's wealth. No, God gave the money to that person. God will hold that person responsible for what they do with that money. If they want to enjoy it, let them enjoy it. It's not a matter of misery loves company on all this stuff. That everybody got to be poor. No. If you have no wealthy people, see, that's the fallacy of communism and socialism. Oh, everybody will be equal. Everybody will be equally miserable.
Yeah.
Because there will always be the few that will take more, that they will not play nice.
Mm-hmm.
As while we're still on this earth and people are still people, people are not going to play nice all the time. They're always going to it's like, oh, I want a little more. And then you end up with the communism and stuff where millions die. Mm-hmm. Millions. I guess death, if you want to say that is the great equalizer, which it is.
Because what that communism is, it's that trickle effect.
It's a lie.
By that point, it's like the people at the top are greedy. Mm-hmm. They're greedy, and like they send the leftover. Like there's a movie that literally talks about that. I have not watched it, but I heard someone, explain it. Literally, by the point that all the food got to the middle floor, because there was about 100 floors. So when about the time it got to that 50th floor, people were already fucking starving.
Yes. Because communism is a lie. And it has been sold in our nation. And it has been that seed of deceit in the hearts of a lot of young people that they don't understand it. They've never lived through it. Mm-hmm. And they need to go and experience. The best thing that they could ever do is go and find some of these people that escaped communist countries and ask them firsthand what it was like. And it would be eye-opening.
Yeah.
They've been sold a lie. But that's what the devil does. That whole thing. Did God really say? What treasures? Share with us what you treasure.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, any of that stuff, it does not impress me. None of it. If somebody is kind, that impresses me. If they have overcome hardship of different things, that impresses me.
The dude doesn't seem like a bad guy. He really doesn't. He's actually quite fun to be around.
Oh, yeah. Well,
he's
just
really pleasant to talk to.
And gather those
with.
wonderful stories that he's telling you, because these are things that we have not experienced. You have not experienced. Yeah.
I don't think I've ever walked into a big fancy house before.
Well, you're 20, 25. Are you 25 or 26?
26.
God, he's 26 now. You're 26. It's like you've got time to do these things.
But it's like being in a
It's
big...
just big.
Well, that's the thing. Also, being in such a big house with a handful of people.
Mm-hmm.
Just a handful. Like
Right.
maybe 4, 5, or
Right.
hell, even 2.
Right.
If it's just 2 people, that seems like it's such a big space that it would be so empty and lonely.
How much is enough? How much is enough? And I will tell you this. Some of the houses, the way that they're being built today, the older houses were brilliantly designed. They really were. The houses that are being built today, the engineers and stuff like that, the architects and stuff, they're shit. They're shit.
Yeah.
Because you're like, this is stupid. You've got all this space, and yet the bedrooms are still this small. Mm-hmm. And just not, there's the thought of form and function is not there the way that the older houses, the older houses are better. They really are.
And speaking of older houses, what pisses me off is people buying those older houses and then renovating them to make them into this.
Yeah. If they want something new, get something new. Don't destroy what already is.
Literally.
That somebody would have appreciated.
Yeah.
And I don't care if they appreciate what they have, whether it's a lot or a little. I think that's the main thing. Are they grateful for it? And again, it's between somebody and God. That's what's ever in their heart.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's having paranormal. Everybody's having supernatural. It's almost midnight. We still recording. Woo,
yeah.
Woo. Oh.
How long we been recording so far?
Yeah, we've been over a half hour this time.
Yeah.
No, we thought it was going to be an espresso shot. It didn't happen.
The fucking Mahogany, it pisses me off.
Anyhow, you want to tell the people where we can be found?
You can find us on BitChute, Rumble, and YouTube at Rolanda's Cup of Coffee with Scream. Also check her out on X, previously known as Twitter, Rolanda COCWS. You can find me on Twitter, on X as well. That alien Sable.
He's over there. He doesn't post that much.
Would you shit in a golden mahogany toilet? Would you own one?
Wouldn't it be horrible if you clogged it up?
Right?
Mm-hmm. That would
And
be
for
the
it
thing.
to overflow.
That would be the thing. To have to sit there and ask for help. Yeah, that's something to ponder. Know that you are loved. Treat other people the way you would like to be treated. And Lord willing, we'll see you on the next cup.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.